Okay, as far as I can tell, this is the same piece that I made in the Justin 3 video. So I guess I'm just trying to get a little bit more detail, and I do have the physical part in front of me now, so hopefully that helps. I'm just going to dive right into this. Starting off with a circle, looking at the very top of this. How would I make this shape? I'd make a circle, I'd make a rectangle, I'd line up my rectangle here, so it's even on either side of my circle, and I'd extrude off the parts that I'm not using, or I'm sorry, trim off the parts I'm not using. I can offset this entire thing in. Might extend this out. Trim out the parts I'm not using. Now I have this inside piece, more or less. Trim off the stuff we're not going to use. And let's see if we can offset just this piece up a little bit. Alright, we have that basic shape now. We just need to get a couple of circles in here. Okay. Trim the things we're definitely not using. I think I wrote a couple of the wrong things in there, but that's alright. I'll fix it. Just extend that back around. Trim off the inside bit. Okay. Let's extrude this whole thing. And I think where I messed up before is I assumed this went with that same shape all the way down. It only goes about halfway. Then the material kind of changes. Let's make a new sketch here. And I need to make this shape. I'm looking at it like this. So it's still going to share these features. We can project all of this geometry. Now though, I have a couple little circles in here, or at least one circle. Looks like I have a hexagon shape. So let me grab one of my polygons for 6 sides. Go back to my rectangle tool. Make sure my rectangle lines up with the midpoint. And this is going to make a little bit different shape here. And come all the way in from the corner to my small hexagon. Let's see if I can offset. Okay. Now that I've offset, I'm going to use my extend tool to make sure I go far enough out to connect on the back parts, and my trim tool to get the parts that went out too far. Okay, I want this kind of an M shape here. And I will completely delete these lines by selecting and hitting delete. I extend these lines back out. These weren't supposed to be there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and... Nah, I'll leave it together for now. Let's see what happens. Oh, I see what I forgot. Okay. Now let's try to extrude. Alright, it doesn't go up the full distance. It goes up quite a ways though. Let's make this 0.4 instead of 0.5, so that my model looks a little more accurate. We're going to make a new sketch. And I want to project my geometry here. I want to get everything but this inside hexagon. So let me go back and put in my hexagon. I'm just taking the outside parts up, 0.1. Let's see where we're at here. Let's make a new sketch right in the middle. Slicer graphics with F7. I'll make myself a quick reference so I can mirror this line across this axis. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do that. I am just going to finish making this line here. So I have a closed shape. I know how far up this goes and how far over it goes before it cuts off. Then I can just finish this sketch and make a revolve cut using that as my surface. This is my axis, and say OK. And I see a couple things I forgot to do. So let me go back to my original extrusion here. I actually wanted to include this shape. And I also wanted an extra little circle to close this gap, which I can get later. In the meantime, let me just delete this momentarily, keep the sketches intact. It thinks this revolution is now adding material because there's nothing to cut. Let's go back to extrude. Oh, I get really confused here because I'm using some projected lines and some that I drew in place. So I have to actually go back and edit the sketch, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. So let me see if I can just back up a couple of steps here. So that's something that looked mostly right. Instead of doing all that, we're just going to make a new sketch here. I'm going to project geometry of these features and these features. Use my 3-point arc to connect them. It's probably not going to let me extend the projected geometry. But maybe since I have it projected already, if I draw it in, I can extend it. Nope, doesn't like that. So I will undo. Make another 3-point arc. It's probably somewhere around here. I'll go straight down with it. Where's 90 degrees? Looks like I must have been just a little bit off. I am getting close to the end of this video, unfortunately. Sorry, Justin. I'm going to add material and go up another, 0.4 or so. And something I should have had in the first part is add that material there. You can kind of see how it would be. I can choose to mirror that feature across this plane that's in the middle, so I don't have to draw the whole thing again. We're getting closer. I also forgot on this little center plane here, if I slice graphics again, that there is a circle, basically, that comes all the way out, and it has